What if the people with the most money are suddenly acting like they're afraid of losing all of it, and if the wealthy are tightening up, pulling back, and making moves they rarely talk about? What does that mean for everyone who isn't sitting inside their world? Because here's the truth, nobody explains. Big money never waits for headlines. It reacts long before the rest of us even see a problem forming. By the time the public feels the impact, the wealthy have already adapted to it. And right now, something is shifting underneath the surface, quietly, slowly, in places most people never see. While the world is celebrating lower inflation and talking about recovery, the people with the most to lose aren't smiling. They're repositioning. They're pausing. They're moving money the way someone reaches for a safety rail in a dark hallway, calm on the outside, alert on the inside. It's not recession they fear, not inflation, not politics. It's uncertainty. Because uncertainty is the one signal that hits them louder than anything else. When the system stops feeling predictable, when the patterns stop behaving normally, when the numbers move in ways that don't fit the usual cycles, that's when wealth goes on defense. When lending standards rise or interest rates inch upward, wealthy investors feel those shifts long before the rest of us ever see them in headlines or monthly bills. And the public never sees it happening because these decisions aren't made in public. They happen inside systems that behave like restricted rooms, closed, controlled, and designed to move slowly in one direction. Most people wait for proof. The wealthy act before the proof arrives. You wait for a price to rise before you worry. They watch the forces behind that price. You react when something changes. They react when something starts preparing to change. That's why their timing always looks perfect. It's not luck, it's awareness. But here's the part most people never think about. When the wealthy switch to defense, the slowdown, they're preparing for hits. Everyone else, first especially, the people without savings, without buffers, without a safety net. That's why ordinary people get blindsided. That's why drops in inflation don't feel like relief. That's why things feel expensive, even when the numbers say they shouldn't. You're experiencing the lag reacting to a storm long after the wealthy already closed their windows. And the biggest mistake most people make is waiting for certainty. The wealthy make decisions because of uncertainty. They don't need proof. They don't wait for confirmation. They don't wait to see if things get worse. They hear the quiet alarm and move. Everyone else hears the loud one end. By then, it's already too late. If you want to understand what they're responding to right now, you have to see the signals they're seeing. Slowing demand, rising default risk, shrinking buffers, and a system that feels stable, but moves like it's bracing for something. So ask yourself, if the people with the most information are preparing for the possibility of trouble, shouldn't you at least understand what they see? Because once you understand how wealthy behavior shifts before the rest of the world even notices, everything happening around you starts to look different. And next, we reopening the signal the wealthy watch more closely than the stock market itself. The one that quietly predicts their every move. Access granted.